I want you to take a look here at the 60-minute chart of the S&P 500 as we take a peek what happened this week in markets, the gray area being the overnight and the white area being the normal pit trading, as we say. You can see here world markets stronger on Monday. They moved up overnight, and then manufacturing stocks got knocked down as this fears of tariffs really has come back in and really scared investors a number of times. So we get this movement overnight on Monday, but then the market reversed. Tuesday was a day it got right up into that resistance zone that we were talking about in the stock market last week, and then the news came that Tillerson was out. And you can see what happened as investors got really nervous. There was a rally as the CPI was in line, only up 0.2%, but selling came throughout the day, and it ended up to be a pretty dramatic down day. On Wednesday, we saw retail sales weaken for the third month. Consumer costs, though, were rising 0.4%, so that got people a little bit nervous. And news came out that GDP estimates had fallen to 1.9%. Well, so much for the tax plan and that being a big stimulus. And then there were more fears about China's retaliation as the president comes out and asks for $100 billion in a change in the deficit, trade deficit with China. We got another big down wave in here on Wednesday. As you can see, down waves kept coming. Note that we got trapped in a range over here on Thursday and Friday. Bitcoin, by the way, had a fast 10% drop over here as there appears to be worldwide crackdown in banks accepting Bitcoin. And then we got a little bit of a lift over here as the news came out that Kudlow was appointed as chief economic advisor. And then he came out and said Fed should let the economy rip and not overdo hikes. In other words, let it run hot. Kudlow ran a great show. I hardly ever missed it. And I think he was great as a show host. He's a free market guy, which makes me happy. He's also a strong dollar guy, which could be trouble for the bond market. And but he always puts a bullish spin on everything, so you can't believe a thing he says. And that is what really bothers me about him being in that position. He must only be there because the president thinks that, well, he'll say what he wants him to. So that's a pretty sad situation in here. So more news about the shakeup, though, and the people that are going to be fired and leaving the Trump ship. So it seems to be tipping, and big selling wave comes after that. And on Friday, Japan comes out with weak economic data. Industrial production is strong here in the U.S. And, of course, that record inflow into equities gets a rally, but doesn't seem to be able to break out of that range. And here, as we're entering the final hour on Friday, we see that the market is kind of languishing up a little bit on the day. So overall, it's a mixed day in here as the NASDAQ is struggling a little bit, the broad market up a little bit, and overall you could see that the market did have kind of a rough time in this last week. We'll call it modest declines as the stock market major indexes end up down 1 to 1.5%. Announcing the Ask Slim Cycle Analysis Workshop. Charting, adding the dimension of time, understanding energies that drive markets, expanding your overall market awareness, and raising your odds of trading success. Learn to go from a basic chart like this all the way through a chart that looks like this as you learn the amazing studies that are involved in cycle analysis. This is a workshop that I really encourage you to take. Once you take the workshop, charts will never look the same to you. 43 years of study has gone into this, 2 years to write the workshop, and over 6 months to produce it. Charts will then speak to you in a different way as they take on a whole new dimension. Patterns are then forward-looking as you project in price and time based on the rhythms that you identify in each stock or future or ETF. Trading decisions will improve, entries and exits will be clearer, and your win-loss percentage will vastly improve as you learn this process of charting, which is something that I have found over these years unbelievably amazing. You've seen me do it on all of my charts. Now it's time for you to take the step and make the investment to learn this style of charting. What's included? Well, there are 20 videos in the workshop. Step-by-step learning process, one module building on the next. Many videos will be linked to it from our library that are supportive and will help. So 20 videos plus 10 or more videos that will be available to you as you learn this very, very informative way to look at charts. I'm going to add videos to that and addendums afterwards as you send me questions. So I'll answer your questions and then build on this workshop after that. And for 30 days, you're going to get my email support. After you purchase, you'll be able to then send me emails and ask me questions, and then I'm going to give you one-on-one support through emails as you take this workshop. So you will be supported. You will not be alone. So don't miss our great pre-launch, which is right now. The pre-launch price is at a 30% discount to the retail pricing. The pre-launch sale will open around April 1st. So if you sign up now and only for the next 2 weeks, you're going to be able to get that 30% discount. And then the workshop will actually be available. Our launch date is mid-April. So you get on the list now for that special pricing. Around April 1st, we'll send you a special link for you to make the purchase. And then around April 15th is the time that we're going to be actually launching the workshop. So now is the time to sign up. Go to the Ask Slim front page, AskSlim.com. Go to the bottom of it and you'll see a puzzle piece that says Cycle Workshop. Click on there and you can just add your information. You'll be on the list. We never share that information. And then when the day comes that we're ready around April 1st to start the sale at that special price, we're going to send you that special link. This is an investment that you really must take. It's an incredible value. You'll never get this type of information. And this is me that's taken almost a 50-year-old way to look at charts and having evolved it in a lot of my own additions to this style that are just fantastic. You're going to love this. It's a great investment for you to take if you're going to be using technical analysis in your trading or investment approach. So go to AskSlim.com right now and sign up for that special pricing. Thank you. So like I just said in the bond market, I expect it to rally and then roll over. The stock market, we expect it to decline and then bounce. So most of this coming week has downside risk based on what I'm seeing in here. You can see this area right over here is pointing to where those nested bottoms are, where this shortened cycle pattern is at 14 days right over here. So that is suggestive of the fact that we're looking at a low somewhere March 21st, March 22nd in the for this coming cyclical low period. This support area right over here looks like around, we'll call it 27.22, so about 34 points from where we're trading right now, very near the close. Looks like the downward projection, and then we get a bounce. Now if we're right about this analysis following these rhythms, a decline and then a rally, the nature of this rally is going to be a big tell. If it can't get above that 61.8% or this resistance zone and then rolls over and fails, you are entering that next leg that we talked about when we looked at the junk bond market earlier in the show. That would be a real tell. We're going to learn about that. So for the coming week, we're looking for a decline to 27.22. In the NASDAQ, which we might as well look at because I know that you're all also interested in the NASDAQ, you can see the better pattern in here, and you can see this upward momentum. And the upward momentum has been now here since February 21st, where you had upward momentum in the S&P 500 only be established in the last couple of weeks. So the minor support zone, you can see that there is selling coming in here every day. Note those those red bars right there. We think it's going to accelerate down here into this March 22nd date is the date that we're looking for. And March 21st date, that would take you to basically the end of next week. So either we're going to get this pattern where it declines through the end of the week and then bounces right around Friday, or it bounces like Monday or Tuesday of the following week, depending on how much this extends out. Our downside target in here is 69.14, which is about 107 points from where it's trading now. That's a blink of an eye the way this market is trading right now, so that's pretty easy to get, assuming that this downward momentum carries, this downward trend carries in this declining phase. I don't want to say downward momentum, because essentially to see that you'd need to go to a 1-hour chart to see that momentum had turned negative in there. But just for this daily chart, momentum is still positive, and therefore we expect it to hold in that slim ribbon area and in that minor rising support zone. It's probably not really rising anymore because you got away from that high. So we're going to call this a week that fights upward short-term momentum and gives some more ground to the downside, and then either late week or early the following week then turns up for a rally that is going to be a big test for the market situation. I hope you enjoyed that video. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also go to AskSlim.com and become a Level 1 member. No cost to you, and we have some special videos for you to see. I know you'll enjoy them.